We're gonna go ahead and unbox all the things that we're gonna do. Stop smiling. You gotta keep a straight face.
Every time you do that, it's gonna be in every clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, we introduce Lorenzo. Lorenzo is from Icebox Customs. He's gonna be helping us out with our full air suspension on our car. He's also an authorized installer and dealer for Airlift Performance, and Airlift Performance is obviously hooking us up for our air suspension. That being said, we're gonna go ahead and unbox all the things that we're gonna do, how we're gonna install it. There's one modification that we have to make for the whole thing to work, but we'll get to that when we get to
tackle that. Yeah. Talk about the flow tank. This is the 18-inch flow tank. We were gonna use two, but due to the build, we can only use one. My buddy Mike, he owns the company, and this tank fills up a lot faster than any other tank. For some reason, I think it's the way it's sealed, the way it's built. It like cuts the time in, I want to say, a quarter.
Let's see the.
With the brackets.
Yeah, sure. All machine billet brackets.
So you can mount this wherever you want then.
Yeah, you can mount it however you want if we want to do it upside down. I think this is perfect for the car because we're gonna hang this upside down inside the car.
And Flowride is a company from Airlift, right?
No, Flow is by themselves.
Okay.
They just work with Airlift.
Okay.
Then we have the struts, the Airlift struts, E30, and then one of my buddies there got me the lower brackets. The Megan bottoms will screw into the Airlift bodies. I guess the bodies come from the same place, so.
The car comes with these on.
Yeah.
We already modified them, but they come with these on. This is for the E30, so with the E30, you have to basically cut your old E30 struts and you weld this thing, but we're doing a whole 5-load conversion with the E36 and Z3 parts, so none of this wasn't gonna work for what we're doing. So yeah, Lorenzo, I gave Lorenzo and everybody else a headache trying to figure out where to get these lower mounts. Found them, we modified them, painted them black, matched with everything. So now it's basically all assembled. This thing looks so legit though.
Yeah, these are the braided lines. It comes with fittings, go with the braided lines so you can position it wherever you want to. And then we get to the back of the E30. Airlift has the bag that actually sits in the nipple, and we really do need to.
A little bit. They already cut off the nipple on the actual subframe part.
Yeah.
On
the lower arm.
So yeah, here we're gonna have to just chop it up just a little bit, just to get it snug all the way in.
You can see it just
that's
a
like,
smidgen.
It's like a 1/4 inch, maybe half inch off.
And then
just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip on that.
Just the way Josh likes it.
Comes with rear shocks and the whole nine, pretty much. So
that is.
And that comes with the braided line and the adjusters and the perches that sit with the bag. This sits in the car first and then the bag goes on pretty much. Then we have the 3H kit. We're not going to be doing the 3H at this time. Will wants to do it after SEMA.
No. I want to do it now.
God.
But it's all what time allows us.
Well, I'll run all the wires and stuff ready to go, but if time, yeah. So the 3P system is a pressure system. The 3H is height. It has the arms, and you got to know geometry and stuff. If not, you're going to literally break the arms if it's not done properly. So here's a 3P. It comes with the controller, with the Bluetooth, and then the manifold, the 3P manifold. This controls each wheel, and it actually tells you if you have a leak. It tells you the performance of the compressors, all around good system. And then it has the controller, and the controller reminds me of like a phone. You don't want the controller to be in the sunlight because it will stop working until it cools down, just like a phone. Ooh. And she purdy.
Buttons.
And then we have the 3P
the manifold.
management.
I'm just grabbing stuff like I know what I'm looking at.
Well, you do. I mean, you should. When I did your van, this controller tells this what to do.
So you see that? This is the brain. It feels nice and beefy.
Yeah, 6 holes. 1 for exhaust, 1 for the air tank, and then 4 for the suspension.
Yeah, front left, front right, right left. No, rear left, rear right, tank, and then E is exhaust.
Exhaust, and has the Airlift logo on the top of it. The wire for
harness stuff.
And then
everything we need to make this.
Yeah, everything we need to rock and roll. This is the 3H system. Has the arms and the wires and stuff for each wheel, pretty much.
Those are the sensors to know how low the car is and where it should be at.
Where it should be at.
Yeah.
And it shows you like it has the front and rear, and it's all labeled. And you have the harness, the hoses, the harness.
Oh, you getting aggressive, huh? You know I keep a knife on me?
Nah, so it comes with the main harness, comes with the airline. You get 50 feet of 1/4 inch line, and it comes with a water separator. Keeps the water out of the manifold because You don't want moisture getting into the manifold because it'll start acting up.
We have to drain the tank, right? Every so often?
Once a month.
This is the compressor with various mounting stuff, but this is the same thing. I think usually we run two compressors, right? But in this case, we're limited on space.
Yeah.
And then I know people usually run two because they're scared that if one goes out or something. Well, my thinking is, this is a show car. We're not really gonna be daily driving it.
No, it's more of a weekend thing.
Yeah. Polished look, this is gonna match a lot of things on the car. So that's basically it, right? Oh, that's gonna look sweet.
Yeah. That's the spot.
The whole compressor, manifold, and the tank, we're gonna put it in the trunk, basically, yeah, because we don't really have room anywhere else. The rest of the car, the engine bay, the inside of it will be clean. Battery will go here, fuel cell will go here. We're gonna extend the fuel cell later on after SEMA. So we have the left side and the right side to fit air suspension stuff. Tank, we're thinking we're gonna put right here.
Yeah, put the tank here and have the compressor here, and then run some lines and stuff up across.
Okay, that works for me.
See if we can get it in there?
Yeah. All right. Matt just pulled up, bring us some goodies.
In the E30 delivery car.
Yeah.
I'm Matthew, the owner of Garagistic. We make cool shit. That's what we do.
It is kind of hard to explain like what you guys offer.
The best I could come up with. Basically, we specialize in performance, BMW, E30, E36, and E46 parts. That's the professional pitch.
Him and his company and his team, they're helping us with the whole car, but majority, the subframe. What else?
If it touches the ground.
Yeah. Basically everything in the car that he's helping us all around. This build will probably not be possible without him.
So you got the front subframe.
Yep.
And you got your candy apple red.
These are the parts taken from our car, and then he just powder coated them, blessed them, reinforced them.
So we basically started by taking your subframe, we got it sandblasted, we stripped it all down, and then we checked it for straightness. We have a fixture because all these things are bent in one way or the other. Most of them are savable. The ones that aren't, we just reject it at that point. We then leveled these serrated adjusters because on a stock E30, you can't actually adjust these. And then we do have the eccentric types, but this was the type where, especially if you're gonna be on bags, we're gonna set it at the height that you're gonna be driving at, and then when you lower it, it's just gonna be where it's at. But then this means it won't move because it has teeth. Then we reinforced these trailing arm, the actual mounting points. And then lastly, we pressed in 80A poly subframe bushings. So
that's the softest one, right?
That's the softest one, yeah. And it's still, about 20% harder than the factory, but it's still livable on the street.
Damn, this thing looks legit.
The rotor is old, mostly because then we can let's mock up the wheels, and kind of the same story like our other ones. We pre-pressed in the bushings, so you got the trailing arm bushings pressed in, and then we actually went ahead and cut the dust shield here. Let me lift that. Dual caliper, when you guys come put the drift caliper on, you have that too. Your sway is reinforced, and you got the actual arm itself. This shock sometimes will come out, and then on the bottom, it's gusseted. Same thing, TIG welded.
Front subframe.
Front subframe. Of course, it got the same treatment. Checked for straightness, make sure that it doesn't rock or anything like that. That always happens. And then these engine mounts actually fail usually. Basically, they end up bending in, especially with a heavier motor or makes more power like the LS that you got. So we end up welding a plate inside and gusset that. Ball joint reinforcement. These things sometimes cave in rare cases.
Wow.
But the most common failure point on this is the front sway bar.
This was like a last minute thing we decided on was the pedal. So yeah, it's just stock E30 pedal.
These are basically early model brass bushings. So we already made them for the late model. Just got powder coated, cleaned up, and then we pressed in the fresh bushings in there.
We got the rear subframe, man. We have to end up ordering some new hardware, but we're using the old hardware for now, mounting it up. Now Lorenzo's gonna be mounting up the these are the dampers, right? Yeah.
Dampers up.
Loading up the air suspension on the rear, and then on the front, there's some hardware to replace on the front also. Should be enough for us to be able to drop the motor if we wanted to. And this is the trunk setup for now. Got the tank here, compressor, intake right here, and then we got to do some more plumbing and stuff, but.